Hello everybody, Robbie here. I have a little friend behind me, Swan. Yeah. What are you looking at, Swan? Tomorrow's my son's birthday. My son would have been 35 years old, and he passed away from side effects of COVID-19. He had a certain pneumonia on September 7th of 21. He was in a jail in Las Vegas. I don't have to name the jail. I'm sure we all, not all of us, but Clark County. But bottom line is he got sick in that jail. He was in an institution, one of the institutions that so many people got sick in from COVID-19 and other infectious diseases that they just totally ignored. And he was in there for 9 months and he wasn't treated. He was obviously sick. And when they released him, they didn't even test him for COVID-19. Okay, didn't even test him. He was obviously sick. But the bottom line is, the point I'm trying to make is the whole entirety of what happened during COVID-19. Making people get vaccinations, which didn't work, and a lot of people passed away or got very sick, or cancers, all kinds of shit from the COVID-19 vaccination, the Myrna ones and all that. I had the Myrna, I got some issues. But that's a horse of another color. I'm more concerned about the future. Okay, we can't allow what happened during COVID to ever happen again. And I'm going to keep saying it over and over and over, because every single day I got to look at that urn that my son is in and be reminded every day to my last dying breath that he had passed away from a virus that wasn't treated. And he wasn't treated. He didn't get nothing. Not that a vaccination would have helped him at that point, because the coroner, when I spoke to him a few days after, when they did his autopsy, he did say it was one of the worst pneumonias. I cannot pronounce the pneumonia, but his blood, he choked on his blood. He went into a coughing fit and choked on his blood. He said it was one of the worst cases he ever seen in history. And as per the date that he was released 2 weeks before his passing, the coroner said even if he went to a hospital that day, he never would have survived. He was a walking corpse. He was pretty pissed, because I'm pretty sure that my son wasn't the only one that he saw. But that's the whole entire point. We can't allow what happened during COVID to ever happen again. And Dr. Fauci needs to face charges. Absolutely. And a lot of our senators, a couple of them there, are putting him on the spot and are going to question him about his lies and his gain of function and all that other shit that he got himself involved with for money, including AIDS vaccinations and AIDS testing. Dr. Fauci had his hands in the cookie jar with that, as well as other politicians and insurance companies through pharmaceutical companies. I'm going with that. You know exactly what I'm saying about that and where I'm going with that. We also have to upgrade the Mental Health Systems Act. We need to bring that back. We need to get the mentally ill off the streets. The drug addicted, you can only help, but there's people that are certifiable that need to be placed into special homes and to be taken care of. Not like, back in the day where they threw them in a place and locked the key, threw it out, nothing like that. We have to help them because they weren't being helped and they're still walking the streets. And I'm going to say this again, they gave illegal people that came to this country illegally free room and board. Our tax dollars paid for homes for them, paid for food, paid for all that. And we can't open up a couple of hospitals and get our people off the streets, especially our veterans that are mentally ill walking through the streets. You know where I'm going with that. But at the end of the day, evil's never, ever going to win, all right? But let's change the whole pandemic thing. 1918 was the last time they put together some kind of bullshit with the pandemic crap. It's so outdated, it's unbelievable. All right, everybody, just remember, at the end of the day, evil never, ever wins, all right? God bless you, God bless America, and God bless the world. And look at that swan. What a pretty swan, okay? All right, just remember what I said, all right? We need to do something, and we have to do it quickly, because the children of our future and the whole world, this can't go on. This cannot go on, right? All my videos. By the way, this is number 144. 144. Think about that for a moment. All right, everybody, take care of yourself, be well. And like I said, God bless you, God bless America, and God bless the world. Evil will never, ever win. Thank you.